Hi everybody, John back again. I've been out of action for a short while, having a bit of computer trouble, still having it, but if you're watching this now then I've managed to work my way through it, at least temporarily so. I'll explain basically. When I bought my current laptop, I lived in the States and I bought a subscription to the Office package, and since then I've moved house 4 or 5 times, from America to Sweden. A couple of times in America I would have moved house before, moved back, and then moved from Sweden to here to Wales, and then in my second house already in Wales, so I moved a few times, and I have that box that this program came in, the subscription and the details, and all I got to do basically is enter my details and renew my subscription. Fairly simple thing to do, isn't it? But I know I have that box because I remember seeing it when we moved into this house, but where it is now I don't know. You know, it's probably at the bottom of a pile of other boxes, furthest back behind boxes in front of it. One day I'll get the time to look for it. Anyway, so I want to talk about a couple of things, and that is that I went to the Hay-On-Wye festival last week with my family. It was a particularly cool, interesting event because my wife was invited to speak on a subject at this conference or festival. Hay-On-Wye festival just arrived, and the first thing we find, Angelina's check-in. There she is, Angelina Sanderson Bellamy, on the list. Coming hours. See if we can get along with that. Did that, and of course while we were there, and because she was counted as an artist, well, she's not an artist, but that's what they call the people that are there to speak. We got to go in the green room, and all these different sort of fun things you get if you're part of the VIP entourage, which me and the kids were. That was good fun. We got free bed and breakfast for a few nights, and like I said, the green room. Saw some celebrities in there, which was kind of cool and interesting. I can now say that I've seen Michael Parkinson, who was there to speak. Andy Ray, who's a journalist on Radio 4, I saw him. These people were sort of walking in around me while I was in the green room. That was really fun, really great fun. And my wife also got lots of freebies and things while she was there, so that was good. There's a little clip of her in action.
So do you want me to leave you, or you want to come with me? Traded consumer products in the world. So bananas actually have quite a large impact in terms of how they're produced, and the impact that these different certification labels could potentially have for people and for the environment. So here you can see it's a banana farm, and it gives you some idea of the extent of banana production. It looks very natural because it's green plants, but these fields stretching back to this back line up to the forefront, it's all bananas. It's grown largely in monocultures when grown for export production. But interestingly, just a bit of information about bananas, because I love bananas. There are over 1,000 varieties of bananas grown in the world. However, for export, it's just one variety of banana that is exported.
So it was a big book festival, and for those that don't know, Hay-On-Wye, or the town Hay, it's on the river Wye, is quite famous for being a book town. I think the story basically is that it was sort of a a remote town, not much going on, whatever, and some guy opened a second-hand book shop, and a few others did followed suit, and now it's kind of a small, you know, country town full of bookshops, used books, new books. And they have this big literary festival there every year. And of course, you know, there's lots of also sort of second-hand antique shop type places, and many of them have records in. I must admit I didn't look at a single book this trip. I looked at records whenever I could see them. And in the festival himself they had, I don't know, not many, about 3 or 4 boxes in the Oxfam section. They had Oxfam there selling books, because Oxfam do that. They had a few boxes of records. I picked a few out from there. And Oxfam, you know, they're quite pricey for being a charity shop organisation, but not too bad. It could be a lot worse. So I picked up a few records there. I'll show you what I found. This is the first one. I've left the prices on for you to see. So this one cost me £4. This is Mahavishnu Orchestra, Apocalypse. Paid £4 for that. Yeah, it's fairly good condition. I haven't cleaned it. It's still a bit dusty. I haven't even played it yet. I had a copy of this already, but not very good shape, so this is a good upgrade. The other one that I got from there was this one. This is Rhinoceros. It's got a bit of a torn cover there, which is a shame. I played this one. Sounds great. They're not a band that I know much about. It's on Electra. But it sounds really, really good. I'm so glad I've seen other people show records by Rhinoceros on the VC, and I felt like, yeah, £5, I'll get it. So I got it. I'm happy. Looking forward to finding the time to really sink my teeth into that one. Probably the best one that I found there was this one. This is Canned Heat, Rolling and Tumbling. I think actually this is their first album. Although this isn't, you know, this is a repress. It's still pretty good. It cost me £6. It's in fairly good shape. Look at that, nice and shiny. So those are the 3 that I got in the Oxfam department at the festival. Went out, looked around a few other bookshops in and around the town, and there I found this one. What's quite interesting is, yeah, because of the whole sort of craze in records these days, a lot of people that deal with antiques and so on, I mean, they're sort of cashing in. The shop that had this, they had a couple of boxes of records. Some of them I would have been happy to have, you know, to have taken home with me. I just felt, you know, that's, although you can tell they find their prices on Discogs, they weren't priced according to quality and standard and all this sort of stuff. So I didn't bother. I didn't want to waste my money on there if I was going to, you know, have better luck somewhere else. But I found this one. I was happy to buy this because I don't have much by Rory Gallagher. So, or Rory Gallagher. I've got an abscess on my tongue. I'm having a hard time saying G. No, it's a live album by Rory Gallagher, and I've listened to this once. Again, there's another one I really look forward to getting into that. Okay, so when I bought that one, I was on my way to a record store in this town, Hay-On-Wye, and I'd sort of pre-looked, done a bit of research to find out if there was a record store in town, and there was the one, a place called Haystacks. Here's a picture of it. I didn't quite know what to expect, and I only had around about half an hour, I think, to kind of investigate this place. My wife and I would sort of split up in the town. She took 2 kids. I had one with me, my youngest. And you know, small kids and record stores, they don't always go so well together. So we went to a cafe beside the record store. I got my son, was that a cake, ice cream, and a bottle of orange juice. I got myself a cup of tea and left it there. It was a lovely day. So my son sat there beside the record shop at the cafe, said, "Please stay here and enjoy all these goodies I got for you, and just give me time to be in the record store alone," without kind of whining at me. I didn't really kind of think he would do it, but he actually did it, so hats off to my youngest son there. Anyway, I'm glad that that worked out well. It's a shame I only had half. I got to go in, look fairly quickly, and I was really impressed by what I found and what I saw. Here's a little bit of footage of the shop inside, not very much, but I asked the guy if I could film just a little bit. It's quite a small shop, but he had a lot of stock there. So take a look at this.
Say hello to people. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Haystacks record
I remember
shop.
that day well because they came
Nice
to me
environment.
and I told them
Gonna have a look, a good search in here. So this is the inside of Haystacks. There you go. I'd say it's the best record shop in the whole of Hay. I would say that that is easily the best record store I've been to in Wales. I would probably even go so far as to say probably the best record store I've ever been in. And I don't say that like, I've been to a lot of record shops, you know, most of us have collect records. But this is in stark contrast to the place that I spoke about in my last video. You know, I spoke about the pumping station and I showed, you know, the amount of stock that's there. I also showed in that video some of the poor quality of the records that I found, you know, the state of them. I mean, none of them were particularly brilliant as far as I'm concerned. And before I bought some, I pulled a few out and saw, you know, they're scratched to hell. I don't want to buy those. The prices that that guy was charging was just extortionate. You know, he'd found those prices on Discogs probably, and hadn't taken into account, you know, whether they were good plus, very good, mint, so on and so forth. He just assumed that everything was going to be, you know, the top price. But what I found in this place, Hay-On-Wye, was tremendous. Such a brilliant shop. So this outside, this was one of the things that I found so great about it. Outside was a set of boxes, about 3 boxes, where he had records for £3 or less, I think they were. Basically, you know, what you call in the States a dollar bin, or you know, like it used to be, you know, the pound bin or something over here. Now, what I found in there, in the pound bin, there's a lot of common records. I found 2 that I picked up and bought. The quality of what was in there was already better than what I sort of found in the last place, the pumping station. So this is one that I found, do it yourself in Jury. Paid £3 for that. Very good shape. It's got a little scuff there, but it doesn't sound bad at all. It's a good record. I think I've already got a copy of this, but I just couldn't leave it there for £3. The other record that I picked out of the £3 or less box was this one. So this is Mama Cass. what's it called? The Road's No Place for a Lady. Now, I've left on the price tags purely because I wanted to show this. I don't know if you can see this. £3. The point is that what's so great about this shop is that pretty much every record he has in there, used records, are cleaned. In the shop he has a VPI machine, a record cleaning machine, one of these expensive ones. He did tell me what it was, but I can't remember what it was, something like Butterfly or something. And he obviously uses it to clean all the records that he sells, because this one, although it was £3 and in the £3 or less box, it was clean. I don't know if you can see, but the shine on that. I've never seen any records that have been cleaned by these machines before, and I've heard, you know, this rumour that they sort of clean back their virginity and things, but honestly, if you look at the quality of the surface of the records that I bought in his shop, they are beautifully preserved and cleaned and you know, gobsmackingly nice. So I'm going to show the next 3 records. Sorry if I kind of gush on a bit about this record shop, but I was so impressed. I was there, yeah, like I said, half an hour. I came away with 5 records, 3 of which, well, those are the 2 that I got out of the dollar bin, or the £3 bin. I'll show you the other ones. So this is Mahavishnu Orchestra again. This is John McLaughlin. I grabbed that. So this one, yeah, cleaned again. Paid £7.50 for this. Great condition. Yeah, it's used, but it's great. And the important thing is it's cleaned. And yeah, again, like the shine on that record surface is you know, it's factory clean, I would say. I haven't listened to this yet, but kind of looking forward to really getting the next one I got was this one, Oscar Peterson, Trio in Transition. Oscar Peterson is yeah, like a new favourite of mine. It's a double album, it's a live album, and it sounds exquisite. It really does. It's a very well preserved record. I mean, it's a reissue, don't get me wrong, it's not an original, but again, it's cleaned. Look at that, look at the shine on that. And it's, I paid £8 for that. I've really enjoyed listening to that. Sunday, this was spinning many times in my living room. And then the last one I'm going to show, which is the third, or the 5th record I bought in that shop, was this one. So Miles Davis, £6.50 I paid for this. Again, clean. It's complete contrast. Do you remember in my last video where I was showing that Police record at the pumping station in Cardiff? And it was just ruined. Do you remember? The cover was falling to pieces. It was scratched to buggery, and it was priced up at £6. Filthy dirty. This is a well preserved record. Miles Davis, clean, and yeah, that's the label. I hope you can see the shine on this, and it sounds fantastic. You know, it could be a brand new record. It sounds so good. And from what I could tell while I was in this shop, you know, most of the records were of that quality. So that's why I'm sort of sitting here saying I think this was probably the best record shop I've ever been in. It's about 2.5 hours drive away from where I live, but I will certainly be going back to that shop. sometime soon, and I recommend you do too. The chap who owned it, who was there, I spoke to him. I witnessed him giving great service to people who come in looking for records. Very friendly man. I asked if he'd mind me filming a little bit, and he didn't say yes straight away, but when I said, you know, it's my blog, I don't know if he knows about the vinyl community on YouTube, so I'll have to drop him a line and tell him to look at this. But I recommend stopping by that shop. I'll leave the address. Here's a little flyer thing I got from this record shop. There's the address information there. Warmly recommend it. It's a great place to buy records. Doubt you regret it. I shall be going back sometime soon. Well, thank you everybody for watching and listening. Loads of videos that I really want to bring out. I've got quite a few records that I need to show and talk about and so on. Been a bit sad that I haven't been able to contribute to some of these great threads that are going around right now, but like I said, I've got computer trouble. It's holding me back a bit. Okay, thanks everybody. Look out for my next video. Bye.